Crosswords in a foreign language are very often very difficult because you have to understand the enigma, you have to know the words, and all this makes them very, very difficult to solve. And for me, this is what I feel when I see one in The Guardian, for example, next to the Sudoku that I love solving, because it's way too difficult for me to solve, even if my English is okay. So I thought today I'm going to show you tips and tricks and how I solve a French crossword and how you can do the same and where to find them. Bonjour, I'm Géraldine. Welcome to Comme une Française. Today I'm going to help you get better at solving crosswords in French. The website I picked to find a good crossword is Notre Temps because I had the intuition they would have some good ones. And it is a magazine actually, and they have these crosswords online. I picked a Force 1. La force is the strength, so it is exactly the same as strength for your muscles and strength for a crossword. So let's play together. I'm going to show you tips to help you solve French crosswords. This is not going to be easy even if it's a strength 1, but we're going to solve it together and I'm going to give you little tips for all the words. So the first one that we see that is horizontalement is a cross and verticalement is vertical, so you have the same. Euphorisante, here on number 1, it is here. We are looking for an adjective. So I am going to put an E at the end because this adjective is feminine and I don't know what this is actually. Euphorisante means something that makes you really, really, really happy. But at the moment, I don't know what this is, but I know that it will very probably have an E at the end because it is a feminine adjective. By the way, I'm going to put the link to the crossword below the video in the description. If you want to make it, go on, test yourself, and then you can come back and we can compare our results. On y embarque les passagers is number 2. I have no idea as well, like at the top of my head. On y embarque les passagers. So it is where you put the passengers. For 3, tomber dans les pommes, you can see that it is e at the end. Tomber dans les pommes, it is feminine singular, so here I'm going to put an e as well. Tomber dans les pommes means fallen into the apples, and it is an expression in French that means fainted. And here I'm going to guess that it is évanoui. Okay, I'm not sure, but let's give it a try. Évanoui. 4, se ronge parfois. Here it would be plural. Ronger is to bite, as in mouse biting something or biting your nails, for example. Se ronge parfois. Parfois is sometimes. Here we have a verb, and I assume this because it is a verb in plural. I would assume that the answer has an S at the end. O-N-G-L-E. I would have said that it is ongles, but it doesn't work, okay? Ongles doesn't work because you need an E at the end. So this one doesn't work. What do we have? An easy one, I would say. Professeur en plus court. So it is teacher, but shorter. So here it is usually the initials, usually. So I would say PR, professeur. And here you can notice something that I had forgotten to tell you is that it appears as oh, I forgot the word. Black. Sorry. In black, so it means that the word is right. So this means that this one is wrong. Then 5, I would say 6 instead. Elle mousse au pub. So mousse is foam, okay? So elle mousse, it means that it makes foam at the pub. So I would say my instinct would be bière for beer. But here, obviously, it is only 3 letters, so it doesn't work at all. So I would say ale. Okay, so this is the English word. But it is the word that we would use in French to describe this kind of beer as well, ale. And again, you can see that it became black, so it works. What do we have that I can find? couper au montage. I have no idea. Décore le sapin. B-O-U-L-E-S. Okay, so décore le sapin is decorates the Christmas tree. Un sapin, here it is the Christmas tree, not all the time, but it can be. And you have les guirlandes for le sapin, and you have les boules, okay, that decorates le sapin. And here, as I said before, for ongles, it is a verb that is in present at the third person of plural, so we can assume that here you have an S, okay? So I would say boule, and it doesn't work, it's not right. Décore le sapin, you see I'm wrong again. But if I were doing this on paper, I would not know that this is wrong, okay? So I'm going to remove it, but we know that on paper, I could just put this as a hypothesis because that could be good. This attitude de modèle, une attitude is not only I would say a character like in your mind, but also the way that you look like, you behave. So I would say that here it is une pause. P-O-S-E, une pause. Une pause. Paroles sur du rythme. So it is, des paroles is the lyrics of a song, and because it is lyrics on rhythm, I would say it's rap. Yeah, I'm right. For the small words, I'm good. Paroles sur du rythme, rap. Then 11, this is something that you can find, okay? Avant il, before il. What do you think that is? It is tu, because it is in the conjugation. Son excès donne des boutons. When you have too much of it, you have spots on your face or on your body. I'm going to say sébum. Okay, I'm right. So sébum is something that the skin makes, and when you have too much of it, it makes spot. Et tout le reste, it's something that you have in English as well, and all the rest, I would say etc. E-T-C. That works. Yeah. Etc. Et tout le reste, and all that remains. And here, supérieur au couvent. So it is someone that is high in the hierarchy of the convent. Can you guess what it is? In English, it would be mother. So here it is a mère. Ah, that's right. Good. Here you can see that we have one of the words that is vertical that already is there. So it is H. Elle emploie moins de 250 salariés. She employs less than 250 employees, and it is PME. PME is petite et moyenne entreprise. It is a kind of company. PME, petite et moyenne entreprise. So let's look at what we have verticalement. Qui sont de bonne humeur. I have no idea. Fraction de ce que l'on doit. A fraction of what you owe. I know this one. I would say it is acompte. Yes, it's really stressful to be doing those lives, and I have to admit that I had the idea of doing a crossword with you when I was watching some Sudoku experts solving them online during confinement, and I became completely hypnotized by what they were doing, and I started making Sudoku, like solving them myself using their tips. And I realized that I would love to do this with you, and me as a learner of English, I would love to have someone help me solve them in English as well. Une fraction de ce que l'on doit is un acompte, and this is something that you pay in France or in any French-speaking country when when you want to order something and you have to pay a little bit of the cost before in order to secure your order. For example, if you're going to have a wedding, this is where you pay un acompte. When you're going to order a very big cake, you can pay un acompte. This kind of things. Or when you're going to go on a cruise or any kind of trip, You have to pay un acompte. It is a deposit of money that you give in order to secure your order. So this is un acompte and it works with R. B is rechigner à la tâche. R-E-N-A-C-L-E-R. Okay. So rechigner is to say, oh, I don't really want to do something. Rechigner. For example, when you have to, I don't know, do the washing or fold laundry, these kind of things. This is the kind of things that you don't want to do, and you might be doing this. Rechigner. Rechigner à la tâche is rechigner to do something. Une tâche is a task, especially, yeah, it's usually something that you have to do that is manual, but it can be intellectual as well. Rechigner. Here, honestly, even if you're C2, I doubt that you might find that. So you can see that force 1, is really for French-speaking people. And even if you're C2, it might be difficult for you. It's just that the definitions are pretty clear. This is what Strength 1 are. You can find them, but you really have to have the vocabulary. Rechigner à la tâche, I wonder if any one of you know that. I would say it is renâcler. But, God, there is something I wanted to show you. Here you can see that it is a verb that is in the infinitive. Sorry. Infinitive. So my guess here would be to put er at the end. If I didn't know the word, because it is a hypothesis that we would put er or er here because it is a verb. And we're almost sure that it very probably could be ending with an R. So at least you could put an R here. If you had no clue what this one would be, you could start working on 8 across because you had this R here. But here, so it would be E or it would be ER, depending on what you want to put. And the verb I would say is renâcler. Yeah, that's right. Good. Good. Renâcler, it is the verb that means rechigner à la tâche. And this is something that we can use for horses. Renâcler as well. Derrière la ligne. Oh, we got this one out. Okay, so it is the English word that we use in French. This is something that you can hear on tennis, for example. If you watch Roland Garros, this is one of the words that they use in tennis. Héritière des Perses, it doesn't come to my mind right now. Héritière des Perses. I think I know it, but I had a difficult night, so my brain doesn't work really well today. Then we have rêverie solitaire, so it is a solitary dream. Une rêverie, it is a generic word for a dream, but it's not necessarily a dream when you're sleeping. It can be a hope or something that you're thinking about because you're just doing nothing and looking at the sky. Rêverie solitaire. Distancer, it is distanced. It means that there is a distance between you and the other people. So here, distancer, again, you can notice that it is an adjective and it is a masculine plural. So if we didn't have this ES here, I would have put ES. I'm going to guess it is semer. Yeah, I'm right. Good. Semer. So semer, it is like when you put seeds in the ground. This is semer if you are into gardening or farming. And if you are talking about a race or a hike or this kind of things where you have a group of people that can extend over a certain distance, this is what semer is as well. Semer, it is to leave your group behind. Semer. And it is the same as dispenser. Dieu en Égypte doesn't come to my mind. I would say Ra. But definitely not. Oh no, it's Isis, I would say. Dieu en Égypte, God in Egypt? No. Don't make fun of me, okay? Because I haven't. Sometimes it's just the words don't come to me. Be nice. Argent populaire. So populaire here would be a clue to tell you that this is going to be slang. Argent populaire, this is my guess. So I would say something like fric, but it might not be that. No, it's not fric because it makes, if I write fric, it makes weird. No, this is fric anyway. If I were doing this on paper, I would guess easily that it is not fric because these kinds of combination of letters like MC or a word ending in ES or a word ending with SR don't make much sense. So if I were doing this on paper, I would have the intuition that this is not fric. Money has so many names. Flouze doesn't work. Blé? No. It will come to me later. This is something that is very important in crosswords. If you don't know the word, it will come back to you later. On l'entend à l'appel. No. You hear it when someone's calling. Déstabiliser, destabilized. So something where you lose your balance. I don't know. But there is something that is a cross that could help us. Because here we have more letters, so this is going to be easier. Qui a eu le crâne ouvert? This is something that you might find in English as well. So who had the... Le crâne is the skeleton of the head, okay, so all that. And ouvert is open, so I'm going to guess trépané. Trépané, yeah, it works. I think it's the same word in English, trépané. Comme un hareng salé puis séché, so this is all about a preparation of le hareng. And I would guess, because I know it is sort, hareng sort. It is a way of preparing le hareng. So it is salted and then it is left to dry. Hareng sort. Être victime d'une poudre poivrée. Être victime d'une poudre poivrée. I would say, so to fall victim of a pepper powder. I would say éternuer. That's weird, but that might work. Yes, it works. Éternuer is to sneeze, like ch. That is éternuer. And by the way, bless you is à tes souhaits or à vos souhaits. Bless you is à tes souhaits or à vos souhaits. Éternuer is to sneeze. Elle emploie moins de 250 salariés. We have PME here. So let's look at this one. Set. Couper au montage. So here we can assume, because of what it is about, it is cut. And le montage, it is when you piece little the rushes or the little videos of a movie together. This is le montage. When you put them together and you make a nice movie that makes sense. This is le montage. But here it is coupé au montage. So it means that the person was not there. And here we indeed have a singular feminine. We have e at the end. And here I would say censuré. This is my guess, and it works. Censuré. Censuré for coupé au montage. But here it is obviously more than just that, because you have the meaning of a law or a moral that make it censored. Bien en main here, well in hand. Bien en main is literally well in hand. So I would say tenu. Okay, good. Tenir is to hold something. And here it is le participe passé, tenu. Here we have 5 bouts de chemise flottant. It is a piece of shirt that is just floating in the wind. I would say pan. Yeah, that works. Un pan, it is a piece of tissue that is just floating. So this is something that can be, for example, for a shirt when it's not tucked in your trousers, or some fabric that is, I don't know, any kind of fabric that is just floating. This is un pan. We would say un pan de tissu. Here, F vertical is déstabiliser. Oh, this is wrong. I would say déstabiliser is not about the balance, physical balance, but it is more in your mind. So I would say perturber. And this has to be right because there is no other answer. Perturber, it is déstabiliser. So when you're losing your psychological balance because someone interrupted you in the middle of your argument, or you are thinking about something upsetting that just prevents you from sleeping or doing something normal. This is perturber. Perturber. So here you can notice that the S was wrong. Perturber. 8 across is décore le sapin. Oh! So here it is interesting because for 8 across, it could have been a noun that is plural, or it can be a verb that is plural as well. And I thought that it was a noun like boule or guirlande, but actually it is a synonym of décorer, and it is orne. Here, something a little bit of a trick again, before I write everything down, is that you have ENT at the end, because it is a verb that is in plural. And here is what you have. If you didn't have OR, you could already put ENT here because it is the same conjugation. It has to be the same conjugation because it has to be a verb that is at the third person of plural. So it would be ENT. And this would be easy for you because you would be able to guess this one as well. But here we already know that it is orne. Orné, it is décoré. It is exactly the same. Orné, décoré. And here it is orne. Si. I don't want to humiliate myself because I have no idea what it is here. It just doesn't come to me. I'm sure it will be obvious. And yes, there is something I wanted to show you for... I'm going to put this one, because if you have no idea, you can actually have a clue. I didn't know you could, but I found out while preparing this lesson. So for example, here, you can have a clue for euphorisante. And that's grisante, I would say, grisante. Griser is to make something really, really happy, grisante. Oh, we have to finish before 6 minutes. Qui sont de bonne humeur, gai, I would say. Yeah, that works. To across, on y embarque les passagers, I would say airport. Oops, that's not good. It's this one. Aéroport, good. Then 3, tomber dans les pommes, inconsciente, I would say, but it's really not that. Oh, the C is obvious. Héritière des Perses, I would say iranienne. So, héritière des Perses, iranienne. Yeah, that works. Oh, yes, okay. 3 across is inanimé. Inanimé, it is inanimate when there is no movement left. Oh, yes, obviously. Very often, it's difficult to guess the crosswords because it's a bit of an enigma. On l'entend à l'appel, we hear it when calling, it is the name, le nom. And we have one a bit to finish. It is... oh, yeah, obviously. Se ronge parfois, it is sang, the blood, because we have this expression, se ronger les sangs. It is to actually be really worried, se ronger les sangs, to be really worried. And D vertical, rêverie solitaire, it is un songe. Un songe, it is a name for a dream. For example, Midsummer Night Dream by Shakespeare is songe d'une nuit d'été. So we use this very elegant word that is more elegant than rêve in order to translate this one. Vertical, oh, évidemment. Argent populaire, thune. Hey, and we got this. Thune is a popular word for money. So here I showed you some tricks. Remember the E if it is a feminine adjective that we saw here in euphorisante, but also the verb that is in ENT because it is a plural, and the third person of plural, and also thinking about the enigma, and also if you need help, you can have help by clicking somewhere. I think the button was here. So we did it in less than 30 minutes, so that's good. Let me know if you like this kind of video. It was very fun to do, a bit stressful because I had to make sure I was able to solve it, because I just had not prepared because I wanted to be authentic. If you like this kind of videos with crosswords and helping you solve them, and we can do them and you can try to guess, let me know in the comments, because this is something I've never done before and I want your inputs on whether I should keep doing or not. Let me know. It's really up to you this summer. I want to try new things. As you saw before, I did videos outside, but I was not able to teach you much vocabulary in those. So this is why I'm trying new things as well. And I wish you a very lovely day. Let me know in the comments what you think about this lesson. And I will see you next week on Tuesday. Allez, salut!